For Chapter 8, we're going to be looking at segment reporting. Now, I briefly mentioned segment reporting in a previous video, but I wanted to give a kind of deeper dive explanation and also show you how to access the financial statements of a public company that you are interested in, because this is going to be part of a discussion board activity that you will be graded on. And what I want you to do is pretty simple, but I do want to show you the steps of how to do it. I want you to share with your classmates and with me a company that you're interested in that is publicly traded, that you can locate on this SEC website, and I'll explain how to get to the SEC website in a second. And I want you to share what that company's segment reporting is, meaning what segments does that company use to report in its financial statements. So I'm going to show you two quick examples. The first one is in our slide deck, and it's Walmart. What the accounting rules require is that a company like Walmart has to break itself up into what are called segments and report on the financials, meaning balance sheet, income statement, etc., per each segment, okay? So it's not enough to just provide a balance sheet for all of Walmart. Walmart also has to provide balance sheet disclosures for US Walmart stores, international Walmart stores, and Sam's Clubs. Companies are given discretion within certain guidelines as to how they create their segments. So in this case, Walmart has decided to use both a geographic distinction, meaning US Walmart and international Walmart, but also sort of a distribution channel or customer experience segment, meaning Walmart stores versus Sam's Clubs. Those are two different customer experiences and two different types of retail operations that Walmart has. So these three segments are an example of Walmart, and I also want to show you an example of Apple. I'm going to be using Apple throughout the course just because it's a consistent sort of example that we can carry through. Now, in a previous video, I had the Apple financial statements up on the screen. I want to show you how you can find your own financial statements on the SEC website. So let's do that now. I have up in the address bar sec.gov. I'm going to go to that, and I want you guys to do the same. You'll see SEC stands for Securities and Exchange Commission. We're going to have a whole separate chapter specifically on the SEC later in the course. For now, I want you to use the SEC's search option to find the company specific to your interest, okay? And I want your interest to guide you here. I'm going to use, like I said, Apple at first. You'll notice first that Apple Inc. Apple shows up in many companies' names, okay? And the same might hold true for the companies that you're interested in. The Apple that I'm interested in is at the top here, so I'm going to click on that. And I will be taken to the SEC's landing page for all of the disclosures and related information regarding Apple. And this is the Apple that produces iPhones, iPads, etc. What I want you to do is notice over here on the right, we have selected filings. We are looking for what's called the 10K. The 10K is basically the form number for the annual report. And it's over here on the right. I'm going to expand this option. You have kind of 4 initial search results here, but just know you can also do view all 10Ks and 10Qs, and it will take you down to a more extensive list below. For now, I need what I have what I need right here on the purple link, the 10K. And just as a note, 10K or annual report is the year end or full year disclosure, full year financial statements. 10Q is the quarterly financial statements. And as we've learned in prior courses, companies must produce, and publicly traded companies must produce financial statements at the quarters, meaning every 3 months throughout the year, and also at year end. And the year end, of course, gives a full year view. Companies, by the way, can have a calendar year end, meaning December 31st, or they can have a fiscal year end, which is basically a year end that the company determines. But it's a full 12 months, either way. So what you want to do is, once you get to the 10K, I want you to do a search word on segment, and I want you specifically to find the segments that your company uses, okay? Now, how do we do this? I don't expect you to read this report from top to bottom. That would not be efficient, and it wouldn't be fun. Instead, what I want you to do is, I want you to do a Control F on the Windows or Command F on your Mac to look for the word segment, okay? Now, I see in this report for Apple, I've got 31 instances of the word segment. So you might have to kind of jump from word search result, jump through the word search results. What you can do is, first of all, pause along the way and just kind of check out and explore what is being talked about or written about with the word segment. The upfront part of the report is going to be very qualitative, meaning a written narrative. And this is Apple explaining to users of these financial statements about their financials and including about their reportable segments. For purposes of brevity of this video, I want to just point out that what I want you to get to is where they start explaining the operating performance, okay, and the operating disclosures. You can see here I have operating performance, and this is about maybe a quarter of the way through Apple's financial report. And you can see now I have a list here of Apple's reportable segments, and they break it out by Americas, Europe, Greater China, Japan, and rest of Asia Pacific. So in the discussion board, what I would want you to do, if I were doing this example, I would say, I chose the company Apple, and Apple's segments are Americas, Europe, Greater China, Japan, and rest of Asia Pacific. And that's it, okay? I encourage you to kind of explore this report. I will have a separate video surrounding some of the disclosure related rules around segment reporting, because we will be looking at some of these rules in deep detail and related to the homework that we have for this chapter. For now, I hope this is helpful in terms of explaining what's necessary for the discussion board activity. If you have any questions, please just reach out to me and I'm happy to clarify. Thanks.